All right. Dargos. Ooh, that's a big Dargo. No. Okay. Up, 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 up. All right. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? Oh, it would seem your companions caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I will bring you a hot broth. Ooh. I went to Vietnam once for like 3 weeks, just vacationing there. And up in Hanoi, there in the hotel we were staying in for breakfast, they had like a whole spread of stuff that you could eat for breakfast. But I always got this like really spicy, brothy soup. So good. Really opened up your sinuses and everything. Oh, it's great. How are we feeling now then? Stay here as long as you need. Same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have had a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. Kupo. I'm fine now, thanks to you, but I can't bear to think that Biggs is still all alone in the cold with Garleans on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Seven, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe, just maybe, the people here have seen something. A Rodigan gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, but he did not come by here. Let me think a moment. I would not raise your hopes unduly, but there is a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze, and it may be worthwhile to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems a little selfless sort, rather than drawing the enemy to this tower. Mayhap he elected to pass us by. All right. Where's this big fella at? Big feller. Asmoids. Doop. 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 Oh, our food buff is up too. Food. It's not a whole lot of experience buff, but hey, every little bit helps. Oh, geez. Trick is to not hit everybody else. There's a lot of neutral guys in here. There we go. Just worried we didn't defeat him before he exploded. Oh, I didn't see him in here. Up. Seven, were you able to learn anything? Not in this area? That stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Garleans away from me. But where within this vast sea of snow and ice could he be?
I mean, he's trying to hide, so find him.
Can't give up, Seven. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold or is recaptured. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone who will listen. And hurry! Biggs' chances of survival grow slimmer by the moment.
Why don't you ask? Jeez.
Yeah.
Always making me do stuff. Oof. Getting dizzy.
Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he's not to be found around here or in the vicinity of the Darkhold, it is possible he made for Whitebrim. To reach it, one must travel through Danafin Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it is surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago I near broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble.
Alright, dude. It's good to know. We're just gonna keep going up and jump. Whee! Now we got a class quest a little bit over here. And main story quest a little bit up there. Let's go do our class quest real fast, since it's right here. Like, right here. Oh, geez. Gotta keep up with those class quests, that's right. Otherwise you're like missing abilities and stuff. Where's this guy? Up here?
Giant logger. Going to log your face.
Oh, right there. Alright, we're gonna have to fight these bros. Okay. I think the other one left. Thanks. You are welcome.
Gonna see a Stinian.
Don't slip.
Greetings, Master. It has been too long. Justinian, end this folly at once. You must know that each second the eye passes outside Ishgard's walls brings us closer to a repeat of the tragedy of 20 summers past. Surrender yourself and the eye, and return with me to Ishgard before it's too late.
Ah, but it is already too late, Master, for you see, Nidhogg has already awakened.
What?
Hear me, Master. You have mistaken the cause of the dragon's return. The eye is not to blame. A premonition came to me by virtue of the dragon within, warning me that the great worm would soon rouse. Even as he slumbered, Nidhogg seethed with irresponsible rancor,
for that wound of 20 years ago. That rancor will send him flying as a speeding arrow to Ishgard, whereupon death and devastation will ensue. But there is a possible solution. Were the eye taken to a remote land, far from the Holy See, then, and only then, could destruction be averted and the lives of innocent Ishgardians be spared. You mean to make a bait of yourself? Nay, there is more to this than you let on. You seek a vengeance for Ferndale. To me, the two are one and the same. You know my past better than anyone else. It was for no other reason than to avenge my family that I became a dragoon. Dragons long outlive men and do not soon forget the wrongs done to them. What grudge they harbor burns as fire in their hearts, over time swelling into an unquenchable inferno. You need only look back on history to see that Nidhogg grows stronger with each awakening. When last he darkened our skies, the great worm came within a hair's breadth of laying waste to Ishgard. Not short of death will prevent him from completing his mission when next he wakes. Nidhogg took everything from me. Now I shall take everything from him, even if it means my life. The eye works in ways men can ill comprehend, but this much is plain. In choosing two Azure Dragoons in one generation, it means for us to join together in common cause. Adventurer, you have heard my resolution. Now I ask that you lend me your power, the power of the dragon. In the long and proud history of Ishgard, never before have two Azure Dragoons arisen in the same era to fight as one. This is our best, nay, our only chance to send the great worm to eternal slumber. Behold my armor. This is the Draken mail, forged in the lifeblood of dragons. As blood calls to blood, so too does the armor call to the dragon within, redoubling the wearer's strength thereby. If you would realize your potential as an Azure Dragoon, you must needs clad yourself in the same. Clad so you will inherit the technique passed from Azure Dragoon to Azure Dragoon down through the generations. Then, and only then, will your training be complete. But first, you must win the Draken mail as I and Sir Alberic did before you, by proving yourself worthy in the ultimate trial of the Azure, a series of battles so harrowing as to send the unworthy to an early demise. Master, once the adventurer acquires the armor, pray see to it that he learns to harness the power of the dragon in full. Estinian, wait! Save your worries. I do not mean to make myself easy prey for dragons. I take my leave of you.
It's getting interesting.
Okay. So, I'll have to talk to him again later. I'm gonna go do our main story now. I think we can get over there this way. Let's see. There's a little bit of a gap. Oh, there's too much of a gap. All right, we gotta head down. That kind of sucks. All good. All good.
We got this.
You can go that way. Okay.
Our orders are to take you back, dead or alive. Which would it be, engineer?
Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead?
7. It is well that you are here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Ida has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me.
Sounded terrible.
He's not alone. Kill them all.
Dude needs to ease up on the energy drinks, right? What's up, Billy? Good to see you.
How did you know where to find me?
Hold your ground. Reinforcements are coming.
The more the merrier. I'll pound you all into the next umbrella.
Ida, less provoking and more pummeling if you would be so kind. Jeez. Gun gods, destroy them. Get this guy. Stay close to Biggs. I'll stay close to Biggs. Been lurking while I work. Now time to give Dick Blick more money for supplies.
How many of them are there?
More than are conducive to the merriment time. Next time, Ida, have a care what you wish for. Nice.
My thanks. Another moment, and I would have.
He's been too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower, you say? Very well. Ida and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. I love reunions.
Need more foam core and glue. You building a model of something, or? Cheaper to create my own stands for shelves. Okay. And you building the shelves out of foam core? Some is for photography. I forgot you had kind of a photography setup too.
I cannot thank you enough, Seven, and the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Well, yes. It's just... I didn't think I'd ever see him again.
I owe the lot of you my life. And you saved Wedge's too, Seven. I'm losing count of how many I owe you. Biggs, Wedge, gods, it's good to see the two of you again.
Shelves already exist, adding small boxes to raise up items and add half shelf partition. Oh, okay.
Chief, it's you. It's really you. In our hearts, we knew you were still alive, but to finally see you in the flesh. When Alphino told me of the raid on the Waking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happening, the Imperials had us at gunpoint.
It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flame should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day, when I returned to the carnage at the Waking Sands, I noted naught amiss in horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this, I conclude that the Garleans came neither by land nor air. Nay, they were born there by potent teleportation magics of the kind used by the Ascians.
Carry on.
We were bound and blindfolded and then bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an Imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard from them.
Castrum Sentry. What happened next?
Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but it was probably moons or maybe only weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlemald, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control and thereby forced an emergency landing, and in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history.
If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel. What will have been Biggs's handiwork, like as not? Now that would have been Biggs's handiwork, like as not. You always were resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Seven, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. All right, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what for. Hurrah! I'm into my castrum. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Minfilia and the others. Gods know we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they're being held at Castrum Sentry.
So let us convene at Revenant's Toll in Mordona. This is as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east, then south, will get you there. What is Richard Branson doing in game? Sid? Yeah, he's basically Richard Branson. Yeah. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of the local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. I don't know if you've played any of the Final Fantasy games or know much about them, but Sid has been in the game series since the beginning. He's totally got the feathered hair down. He does. Yeah. Yeah, he's basically a clown. Mm-hmm. So now we got to go to Revenant's Toll. We're not going to go there yet, though. We're going to go back to this here town and turn in our class quest. We might learn a new ability. Which should be sweet. All right, getting there. We're getting there. We gotta backtrack a little bit after this, but not too bad. So close. Oh, there's a fade over here too. Okay, we gotta talk to Albric.
Estinian. Forgive me. I was deep in thought. As to acquiring the armor of which Estinian spoke, at first, it was my intention to bequeath mine own armor to you. I am an Azure Dragoon no longer, and its powers are wasted on me. It would be simple enough to hand it over to you and complete your training right here and now. But it is, as Estinian said, the Draken armor is no ordinary set of mail. Its strength derives from the dragon blood whence it came, the blood's power resonating with the soul of the wearer. Though I can no longer draw upon mine own armor's power, its bond to me was forged years ago. Were I to bestow it upon you now, I fear it would offer but a scintilla of the protection it afforded me in those bygone days. Estinian has the right of it. You must claim your armor as he and I did before you. You must complete the trials of the Azure, that the powers of the dragon blood be yours and yours alone. The ogre's belly will be where your first test begins. I shall dispatch Sir Brucemont there. Seek him out upon your arrival.
Okay. It's way up there. Okay. Actually, we're gonna teleport. Yeah. Teleporto?